8 Gadsden County football players and their head coach are now barred from taking the field this season.
The Florida High School Athletic Association says those players are ineligible. Our Alison Posey spoke to the Jaguars head coach today. She joins us live in studio. And Alison, what did he tell you?
To say it's been an emotional few days for Gadsden County head football coach Russell Ellington would be a fair assessment. The school was imposed the sanctions on Friday, and since then, they've been working on appealing those sanctions and still preparing for the season ahead. What Gadsden County head football coach Russell Ellington thought originally were minor infractions turned out to be something very different.
I got a call on Friday, and they said things took a turn for the worse, and here we are now.
The Jaguars received a list of infractions and penalties from the Florida High School Athletic Association. According to the document, Gadsden County has allowed 8 students who don't attend the school to be on the team, despite having falsified or incomplete forms. The FHSAA banned the football program from the playoffs this season, and those 8 players are also ineligible at any FHSAA school for 1 year. Ellington is also ineligible to coach or attend games for a year and will be docked $5,000 from his salary. The school was also fined $21,500, all things the school district will appeal.
We do plan to appeal the current sanctions to try to get our team back to where it needs to be, as well as those players that have been impacted.
That's been my number one focus, making sure the families know what's going on, everything that's going on, being transparent with them, letting them know how it's going to be corrected.
Until then, it's business as usual at Gadsden County, who finished state runners-up in Class 2A last season, as Ellington and the ineligible players are still permitted to practice.
At the end of the day, like I said, it's about the kids. I preach to the kids every day that no matter what's going on in life, you got to get up and keep pushing forward.
And administratively, there'll be some changes too.
It's ensuring that our administrative staff, that is there, the principal, APs, the AD, is doing everything that they should be doing to ensure that every kid that comes through there, either traditionally or non-traditionally, is following the guidelines of Florida High School Athletic Association.
Just going to keep pushing forward for these kids. Nothing's final at the moment. Again, not worried about public perception, just worried about my kids.
Now, those appeals for the student athletes are due on Wednesday. The school and Coach Ellington will appeal to a different committee. Now, if those appeals are not granted, Ellington and the kids can still practice. They just can't play. And assistant head coach Travis Gordon would assume head coaching duties during games.
Wow, Allison, this is big news. I know that, our entire community was excited to cheer for them over last season. So I guess we'll see what happens over these next few days.
All right, thank you, Allison. Continuing coverage now, a ruling today on whether 8 Gadsden County High School football players will remain ineligible this year. We reported last week the players in the football program were sanctioned for falsifying documents. Our Alison Posey's been on this story from the start. She was there today as the student athletes made their case. Allison?
Yeah, Jacob, it was an emotional hearing today in Tallahassee, and while all 8 players did get their eligibility back for this upcoming season, they will not be able to compete at Gadsden County High School.
All those in favor signify by saying aye and raising your right hand. Aye. All those opposed? The motion carries 4-2.
That ruling by the Florida High School Athletic Association's Sectional Appeals Committee didn't shock Gadsden County head football coach Russell Ellington.
It's kind of been thoughts that I've been hearing before. At the end of the day, all of this is to hurt Gadsden County.
All 8 student athletes that were previously deemed ineligible can compete this football season, just not at Gadsden County High School.
We are grateful that they will be able to play this season.
But the hope was that they'd be able to continue their careers as Jaguars, all 8 accused of falsifying documents.
You didn't sign this.
But their appeal wasn't enough to get the exact results they wanted.
Even though they're saying that we signed off by submitting the forms, the issue still is at hand for us is that there's nobody a part of our staff nor anybody that's hired by the Gadsden County School District that signed those forms.
A lot of these kids come here. We signed 19 kids last year. We're doing things that a lot of schools in the area aren't doing. Yes, we have a lot of grown men running around Tallahassee beating their chests, happy that this happened at Gadsden County High School. But we have a lot of young men who are depending on this who are crushed at the moment.
And while the program does plan to appeal the ruling, it doesn't change the emotions when the vote came down.
It was tough just seeing those young men break down the way they did.
Now, their next appeal will be to Craig Damon, the executive director of the FHSAA. Head coach Russell Ellington is still suspended for 1 year, and the school is facing more than $21,000 in fines. Their appeal is set for August the 21st in Gainesville.
All right, we know you'll keep our viewers updated on that front too. Thank you, Allison.
2 weeks after the Florida High School Athletic Association heard appeals from 8 Gadsden County football players to earn their eligibility back, it is now Jaguars head coach Russell Ellington's turn to make his plea to the state's governing body of high school athletics. Ellington accused of allowing those 8 student athletes to participate in summer activities before filing the correct paperwork. In the sanctions handed down from the FHSAA, he was ordered to forfeit $5,000 of his salary, and he is ineligible to coach or attend games this football season. Now, he can still coach at practice, but tomorrow he makes his plea to the FHSAA's Infractions Appeals Committee, where he looks to have his sanctions reduced or eliminated. He said ideally he's hoping his name is vindicated, but more than anything, he's ready to see what happens next.
I can't be confident because I don't control the process. I'm very confident in the appeal, though, that we have, the facts that we have. We found some policies that, again, that were in the new book that we were following that I guess that maybe that weren't in the old book. So I was confident in the last hearing. I didn't get the result I wanted. I think we learned some things from that hearing. So I say I'm confident. I just don't want to get too happy or too high or too low.
Now, the committee will also hear from Gadsden County High School tomorrow, which looks to appeal a 1-year postseason ban, as well as more than $21,000 in fines. Now, as far as the 8 student athletes go, 5 are no longer at Gadsden County. They were granted eligibility to play immediately at any other FHSAA school. 3 will wait until a September Board of Directors meeting, where there will be a final ruling on their appeal to play for Gadsden County High School. And those hearings are in Gainesville tomorrow. We will be there, and we'll have the latest tomorrow night on WCTV.
I know a lot of moving parts. Allison, you has been following each part of it as it's developed, in addition to the usual Friday night high school season.
It's
so
busy.
It has been a busy moment for y'all. Thanks you so much, Allison. Well, the Gadsden County High School football team not getting the win they wanted today. A committee denied appeals to overturn penalties against the school and their head coach for violations. Our Alison Posey was at the Florida High School Athletic Association headquarters down in Gainesville for this afternoon's hearing.
Gadsden County head football coach Russell Ellington told us he was confident heading into his appearance in front of the Infractions Appeals Committee. But that feeling of confidence quickly turned to disappointment.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion passes.
A unanimous vote by the Florida High School Athletic Association's Infractions Appeals Committee, upholding the sanctions handed down last month to Gadsden County head football coach Russell Ellington.
You recognize now that fully your responsibilities within that as well.
Ellington accused of allowing 8 of his student athletes to participate in summer activities before fully completing the non-traditional student registration process. His penalty of the forfeiture of $5,000 of his salary and the inability to coach or attend a football game for 1 year stands. And Gadsden County didn't fare well either.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, aye. So motion passes 3-1.
The changes that have already taken place at Gadsden County High School, I thought that would be enough to sway to some leniency, and it didn't happen.
The high school's appeal of their postseason ban and fine of over $21,000 was also denied.
Adversity strikes, and we just have to learn how to hold on, even in tough times. Hold on to the things that we believe in and continue pressing forward.
Superintendent Elijah Key said they do plan to appeal this decision to the Board of Directors in September. And while Coach Ellington didn't want to go on camera, he told us, quote, he thought he presented his case well and was disappointed in the decision. From Gainesville, Alison Posey, WCTV Sports.
Nearly 2 months after the Florida High School Athletic Association imposed several sanctions against the Gadsden County football program for violating multiple rules related to recruitment, student athlete registration, and summer programs, the organization's board of directors handed down their final ruling on the program's appeals. Alison Posey was in Gainesville to cover today's meeting and has more.
Some good news for the Gadsden County football program, as defensive lineman Darius Simmons is now officially a Jaguar, as the Florida High School Athletic Association's Board of Directors granted his appeal Sunday to play football at Gadsden County High School.
Just walking into the room, I felt kind of nervous, but I had the confidence of that I was going to get my eligibility back.
Confidence, and now the smile on Darius Simmons' face that says it all.
It was very exciting. I mean, I haven't been on the field in 5 weeks, so I mean, the only thing I've been doing is just practicing. But so Friday, I mean, it's going to be a movie. I'm going to come out there and show my talents.
The Florida High School Athletic Association's Board of Directors voted 10-1 Sunday to grant Simmons immediate eligibility to play his final season of high school football at Gadsden County.
My team keep pushing me every day, saying I'm going to come back, saying I'm going to. So, I mean, I respect Gadsden County and my teammates to the highest extent.
He's been a quiet leader, but I think now we'll get a more verbal leader and one that leads by example. So it's definitely going to help start mending the situations that have happened or the brokenness that has happened this year.
Simmons was one of 8 student athletes originally deemed ineligible to play football at Gadsden County after filing improper paperwork. All were granted eligibility to play at any other FHSAA school besides Gadsden County. 7 are doing just that, but Simmons stuck it out, saying he always wanted to be a Jaguar.
I see the family atmosphere around her and everybody here to support me. It's been alone 2 months, but I stuck it out.
The news not all good for Gadsden County, though. The school was looking to see their 1-year postseason ban lifted as well, but the board denied that request 9-2.
Getting the playoffs back would have helped, I think, bring this team together quicker. It's just going to be a process that we have to continue to teach these young men that adversity is going to happen, but you're going to have to learn how to continue to push forward.
This was Gadsden County's final appeal to the FHSAA, but some renewed energy for the Jags as they look to the future. Gadsden County will finally play at home for the first time this season this Friday night when they host the First Academy. In Gainesville, Alison Posey, WCTV Sports.